the sheet of corrugated tin, which is over the front of the wires, is to actually protect the wire from the fire.
Beautiful lady. It's got to go right. Yeah,
Oh, yes, open. Come on.
Yeah, they also have our usual amounts of trouble with the ignition system.
On a bit of paper, newspaper.
Yeah, I don't know, it's always the same, you know, we can never ever get the thing to go.
Why is it always like that?
Always.
Yeah, it's a bit embarrassing when you're on a time limit sort of style, and you can't get the thing lit. Never more than a few minutes out. Once it's lit, it's the beginning of an unbelievable half an hour of sort of nervous tension. If you want to blow something up and you press a button, the thing's just as safe until you do it, until you press the button, as it is, you know, before you start it. With this, it's a bit different. Once you've got the fire going, it's entirely out of your hands. You know, it's in the hands of the guy upstairs. I've got to get the fire going now so it's drawing up the middle of the chimney stack, which is quite important, and it is, as you can see with the fire. It's going quite well, you know, which is always a good sign. It's slightly frightening when you see how close it is to the side of the mill. An insurance man's nightmare. It looks so haphazard, doesn't it? As though, you know, and yet it always works. It's brilliant. In the olden days, in the Victorian era of chimney felling, they actually used to use coal for the fire. You know, you have to be a millionaire now to do that, yeah, it's sort of beginning to go now, you know, if this is the last time it's going to blacken the skies of Oldham. Yeah, with us cutting into it low down on the ground, the normal crack around the base is somewhere below the surface of the ground proper. So we've gone up the fire escape and put a stick leaning against the chimney with an angle of inclination of about, started off with 8 inches, but there it's a lot straighter, which means that the chimney is actually moving in the right direction. There is a string with a weight on just to keep the tension on, and eventually and ultimately you will see the stick fall out, which means that the chimney is moving and it's going to fall down. Yeah, it's strange. It's sort of to be so close to such a weight, which is going to depart very fast in a few seconds. Is a very unusual feeling. I don't think I've got the door open on the fire escape, so I could disappear under 5 flights of spinning mill if anything was going wrong. But there's no way you could have stood on the ground so close to a big chimney when it fell down. I mean, I'm only actually 18 inches off the thing, and the feeling of confidence as I look down to the floor and see the gap appearing in the cinders on the floor and the back in between the mill and the chimney stack. And then I look up and see the thing going away, and my eyes traverse down the full length of it, and I could see it weren't breaking it up anyway. We're going in a straight piece. The stick descends, you see. The thing is that it was so good that I just didn't have to run out of the way, you know. I didn't have to go anywhere at all, you know. It's so, you know, you wouldn't look beautiful. You know, there was no way it was going to get me. Eddie on the floor, say, backs up 30 feet from the base, and yet you'd no need to do that.
Yeah, what do you think of that then? 4'6", England. Yeah.
Very nice. Well done.
Well done. Who got the champagne?
Get a brush.
Not even scratched the window.
Amazing.
Very good. Yeah, the wire did the job, you know. It sort of held, it pulled that over, you know. Sometimes that bit can like fall off backwards, you see. Oh, yeah.
I looked up to the top, and I could see there was no way it was going to break. You know, it was going to burst out. So there was no need to run for my life anywhere. You know, it was quite a wonderful feeling.